Millions of people are preparing to restart payment on their student loans. Congress recently passed a bill to end the federal deferment next month. Now, ahead of the move, lawmakers also approved a spending package that allows people to save for retirement and pay off loans. It's called the Secure Act 2.0 law.
To get the facts, we went to Mark Henry, CEO of Alloy Wealth Management, the text of the Secure Act 2.0, and the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. It's a tough choice for some student loan borrowers. Put money into their 401k and save for retirement or make payments on their student loans. But a provision in the Secure Act 2.0 might make it easier for borrowers to save for retirement and pay off their loans.
Starting in 2025, businesses will be able to make a contribution to your 401k if you pay down your student debt.
According to the Secure Act 2.0, it works like a company match on 401k contributions. Companies can count payments made on student loans, match those payments, and put that money into employees' 401k.
You paid a $200 payment to pay down your student loan, and the company you work for in that example put $200 in your 401k.
According to the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System, the total student debt balance, including federal and private loans, is more than $1.76 trillion. For students struggling to choose saving or paying off loans, Henry says this new law could help.
That would encourage young people to actually pay down their student loan.
Now, keep in mind, the company matching program doesn't actually start until 2025. So while it's something to plan for, many borrowers are looking for help now. Betsy Mayotte, the president of the Institute of Student Loan Advisors, is here to discuss repayment options available now. We're also taking your questions. You see the number there at the bottom right side of your screen. You could text them to us, 336-379-5775. Betsy, what are some of the certain industries that offer student loan help?
So we're starting to see more employers that are starting to offer student loan education and proactive counseling to their employees as a benefit because they recognize the financial stress that student loans can cause borrowers. Of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't do the shameless plug for our nonprofit. Our organization, the Institute of Student Loan Advisors, was founded for the specific mission of providing free expert student loan advice to all consumers. Ultimately, borrowers should start with their loan servicer. Their loan servicer is going to be best equipped to try to navigate them through the options that they're eligible for because they know what kind of loans they have, they know how long they've been in repayment, they know what status they're in, etc.
So in a situation where you realize that you can't pay, to be honest, when I was younger, right out of school, I couldn't afford to pay my student loans, so I had them put on deferment, and I used the full, I guess the maximum 5 years of deferment. Now, for people who are in a situation where they've already used all their deferment, now that they have to restart paying, is there a way to put it on deferment again?
It depends on their situation. There's deferments for all kinds of different things. There's an unemployment deferment if you're unemployed or underemployed and actively seeking full-time work. There's an economic hardship deferment, which is for people who's usually for people that are receiving some sort of benefit, such as food stamps or a financially based housing benefit. There's forbearances, which are for general financial hardship. But ultimately, what we prefer to see because it's better in the long term, is for borrowers to explore these income-driven repayment options that I mentioned in our prior segment. The nice thing about those options is that if your income is low, you can end up having a $0 payment. And the difference between having a $0 payment on this payment plan versus just outright deferring them is at least you're progressing towards the 20 or 25-year forgiveness that those income-driven plans already have baked into them.
Is it possible to know how little amount you would get paid, or you have to get paid to get a zero balance?
Yeah, so those there's a bunch of calculators out there that will show you what your payment would be under all the different plans. The one at studentaid.gov is called the Loan Simulator Tool, and then we have one on our website as well. So you just have to plug your numbers in, and it'll tell you what your payment would be under all the plans.
Since you are so deep in the student loan world, what would you say is the biggest misconception that you hear regarding the repayment situation right now?
So there's a few of them. There are still people who think that the pause is going to be extended. I kind of can't blame them for thinking that, because some of the last few extensions went to the wire before we found out about it. I'm here to tell you there will absolutely not be another extension. Another myth that's out there is that if you have the loan for 20 years, it'll automatically get forgiven. And it's not that simple. Generally, you do have to be on one of these income-driven repayment plans for the 20 or 25 years in order to get loan forgiveness.
Got it. Okay. Betsy, 2 segments down, 1 more to go. We've got a lot of questions coming in, so we're going to be getting to those right after this.